Welcome back to Frienditas,
the channel where two introverts
do the one thing homebodies never do. Leave the house. Today, the Frienditas are visiting Busan's cultural villages, starting with Huinnyeol Culture Village. Busan is beautiful!
So beautiful! There, we get a caricature done, eat some good food, and have a relaxing foot soak.
Nice massage going on, beautiful view, and then the free drinks that we get. I was kind of going in and out of sleep a little bit.
Next, we visit gamcheon Culture Village, often dubbed the Machu Picchu Santorini of Korea. It's so beautiful.
Where the mountain slopes down, you can then see the bay, and it's just amazing.
Afterwards, we head south to Songdo Bay Station to ride the cable cars.
It really is so impressive. From here, you can see the buildings built into the sides of mountains and explore the beautiful Songdo Beach.
This region of the world is very homey, cozy to me.
This is the beauty of Busan's cultural villages.
Good morning.
We are taking advantage of a beautiful sunny day today, and we are going to be exploring cultural villages here in Busan.
Super exciting stuff. Right now, we're at the train station and we're headed to We're headed to Nampo Station. Right now we're at the train station and we're headed to Nampo Station, where we will take a bus to the first cultural village. And then from there, we're gonna do a couple things and then get to the next cultural village. And then do a couple more things that you'll see.
Yeah, we have a lot of things on the agenda today. Alright, we just got off the bus here at huinnyeoul Training Institute. Here's the institute.
I didn't even notice that. Yes. Oh, we gotta do this.
Okay, so that's obviously not the institute, but we are here at the end of huinnyeoul Cultural Village. We are going to walk along the Choryong Coastal Walk back to huinnyeoul Village.
Along the way, we're gonna pass the huinnyeol Coastal Tunnel.
And then we are going to stop by some cafes and some restaurants and just walk around, see what's up over here.
We have a big day planned, so we're gonna explore what we can of the village, including whatever cafes, restaurants, shops we can see. And at some point, we will eat too. There's a little inlet here, and then free binoculars to see out into the city. Busan is beautiful!
So beautiful!
Look, you can see all the boats in the background. There are so many cargo ships.
You can see the shore a little bit.
Goes to show that Busan really is a port city. This slow post box will send your letter after a year. It seems like this village was a small fishing village at one point, and then it was also, like many places, affected by the war, and since then is now a tourist attraction.
Because of its history, location, and architecture.
We are right here, and we want to check out the tunnel, but then walk along this coastal path. There's this sitting area that we found down the stairs. It was on our way to the tunnel, and it looks like the pathways are blocked, so the way to the tunnel isn't open right now.
I think there's construction going on down there, because looking down there, I saw a bunch of trucks.
So instead what we're gonna do is walk along this middle elevation path, and it's the path that is next to the businesses and shops anyways. Colorful stairs. You use the QR code to place your drink order on your phone.
We just finished.
It was amazing.
Amazing.
It was 15,000 won in cash, 16,000 if you pay with a credit card. Very affordable for what felt like 30 minutes.
Very loosely 30 minutes. Basically, the massage portion is they have these shoulder massage devices that they just put on your shoulders. So nice. The foot bath is a warm foot soak. Depending on which menu item you choose, you can get a specific foot soak. And it's just a nice warm foot sensation. Nice massage going on. Beautiful view. And then the free drinks that we get. I was kind of going in and out of sleep a little bit because it was just so nice and relaxing.
Super relaxing. A great way to start the day, honestly. Probably a great way to end the day too. The way that this building is situated, it probably has an amazing sunset view. But during the day, you're in the shaded part as well. So that works perfectly too.
It looks like there's about 12 seats in the facility. So I don't know that it gets full quickly, but at least when we went, it seemed to fill up right away. But it was empty before we came here. Definitely be mindful of that. But we highly recommend adding this to your huinnyeol adventures. Or if you're in the area, honestly, just come here.
Yeah, absolutely worth your time. We decided we're gonna get a caricature real quick. We can get a small one of both of us for 30,000 won.
We just finished getting our caricature. This is what it looks like. So cute. Yes.
It was a lot of fun.
It was.
She had us look at her for 3 minutes while she drew, and then the entire process took maybe 10 minutes. We asked her how long she's been doing this. She said not that long. If we can find her Instagram, we'll link it in the description.
It's so cute. And this one's colored too. I don't know how she did the coloring process, but she had like a tissue and she would just grab some color from her art box and then she would just smudge it on the drawing. It's very cute.
She had a really nice little studio.
Yeah, very bright and cute and cozy. She had lots of drawings in there.
Super worth it. I love it.
Yeah.
We really loved how colorful this place was, especially the light blue that you would see on some buildings and stairs. It was really, really beautiful, really pigmented.
Yeah, we got really lucky on this day because it was sunny, and so just every color was eye-popping and beautiful. It was just a really nice walking experience, feeling like we were kind of in another world.
Definitely be prepared for a bit of a hike too, because if you want to explore a bunch of the village, sometimes you'll be going uphill or downhill.
And there's a lot of narrow passageways as well.
It does make for a very interesting exploration though, because at any point you can turn and see a new street or a new pathway. And then we were ready to eat.
We're going to get the curry pork cutlet and then the cheese tteokbokki ramen. So pork curry katsu. It's a good pork curry katsu. It's like less sweet than Japanese curry.
I like the flavor. It's nice and subtle. I'm curious if they have a different spin on curry here. So close to Japan right now, being in Busan.
Here's the cheese ramyun. He like mixed it up for us, so now it's like a cheesy flavor. And melty cheese is like mixed into the broth. This is a really nice comfort meal. That's what I'll say. Very nice, very comforting. By the sea. Love it.
I don't think I could ever get tired of this type of meal. We've been finding that this type of meal is very common in Korea. The ramyun with cheese, and it's delicious. That's our time at huinnyeol Cultural Village. We're on our way to the next one.
That was terrifying. Ooh. If you guys don't go to Lotte World or Everland, honestly, just take a city bus.
That was crazy.
That was like the most intense roller coaster I've ever ridden.
It was whiplash back and forth on a crowded bus.
Getting up to Gamcheon, it's a very hilly, mountainous kind of area. So he was doing a lot of switchbacks and he was just
Accelerating, stopping quickly.
As you can see, Gamcheon Village is just so picturesque and unbelievable. It is often considered the Santorini Machu Picchu of Busan. It really felt like that with how elevated it was, but also how very colorful and beautiful it was too.
We mentioned this later on, but because it is a village, people do actually live here, so you try to be respectful of that. There were a lot of shops, interesting things that were being sold.
There's also a ton of art murals all around too, so it just felt like a very vibrant and colorful neighborhood.
At any point too, you could always turn and see more of the mountains or the houses stacked up against the mountains. And then there is a observatory where you can get a bigger view. It does require coming up a lot of stairs though.
Gamcheon Culture Village, the Machu Picchu Santorini of Korea.
We are at Gamcheon Cultural Village. I have heard this place to be called the Machu Picchu of Busan because it is just a beautiful hill, a mountain almost, of like houses and buildings, really colorful architecture.
It's so beautiful. If you don't do anything else here but this view, I think you'll be great because it's so cool seeing all the houses nestled into this valley / up the mountainside.
Where the mountain slopes down, you can then see the bay, and it's just amazing. It is amazing to see how mountain meets ocean here.
So beautiful. And the colorful houses is just the icing on the cake.
The observatory that we made it to just gave us the perfect, most picturesque view of Busan. And kind of what we mean by Busan is just this wonderful city nestled between mountains and ocean.
We continued walking, and there are so many paths you can walk in between through. You could probably get lost here too, even though it's not the widest, but it's one of those places that will be fun to explore. Again, be prepared for a lot of walking up and down hills too.
We're planning to get orange and peach aid and then green grape aid. Orange and peach aid. It's very good. It's a little carbonated, so I wasn't expecting that. But maybe that's the aid part, but very good.
Very orangey and a little bit peachy. I like the combo. Green grape aid.
There's like actual grape chunks in there.
I think maybe the aids here are carbonated. We're not big on soda, but this is really nice. The village itself is not that big, but its elevation changes are pretty intense.
It's big in that there's a lot of houses here, so like residential buildings, so it's not like you can go there. But the businesses, lots of souvenir shops, lots of food shops. I think there are some cultural shops also scattered around here. It's a nice area.
I would say it's compact, pretty condensed. There were signs as we were walking around that said to keep your voice down because people actually live here, so you don't want to disturb their living. This reminds us of La Perla in Puerto Rico.
There were some parts of Kyoto that this reminded me of too. Not so much the colorfulness, but the elevation.
It seems to be a running theme that there are villages like this in many different places in the world, and it's interesting that it's now a tourist attraction here. I really loved that view, the observation view. It was really easy to get to, minus the stairs.
And it's unobstructed, so you get 360 just total view of everything.
Truly, truly stunning. That's gonna stick with me for a while. There are a lot of cafes and restaurants here. We're not going to eat around the whole place, but we did want to at least check out one cafe.
And also, as you can tell, because it's very mountainous and lots of elevation, it's not the most accessible, both in terms of transportation to get here, but then also getting around here. It's lots of stairs, so keep that in mind. Other than that, if you can make it out here, it's very worth it, I think.
I also really like seeing all the different alleyways that just pop up out of nowhere. It also reminds me of Jufin.
Yes,
as well.
it does, yeah.
When we were in Taiwan, we went to that tiny little village on the mountain. Similar vibe. I think there's something really appealing about villages that have a unique aesthetic.
This place, I realized, also reminds me of Umikaji Terrace, which was in Naha, the terrace place that was next to the airport in Naha. We really like elevated, interesting areas. Every street feels different.
I'll say the village from earlier in this video also reminds me of that too.
Yeah.
Being on the water.
Yeah.
Places like this are so picturesque. It makes sense why they become tourist attractions. It is amazing the way Busan has been built on all these rocky hills. You have big buildings, skyscrapers, and then smaller buildings, all built on the edges of mountains basically, and the beach. And the bus drivers have to navigate all of that with lead feet. it really is impressive. I think that's part of what makes the city so beautiful is the way it looks and where it's located. We've been thinking about how Busan doesn't really seem to have a city center because within the city itself, there are already big mountains.
So really anywhere that it's not mountainous is already kind of its own center.
Yeah.
But even in the mountains, it is a center too, as we have seen with the cultural villages.
If you are like us and you're going to be riding the buses and the trains, and specifically the buses, you might not want to wear your cutest outfits if they're not very functional or breathable because you are going to be rocked.
Or if they're prone to wardrobe malfunctions because these buses are ruthless.
I think maybe you can avoid all that if you just take the taxis, but that is a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
So it's really up to you. We're gonna be riding on one of those. So exciting. Okay, so this is officially Songdo Bay Station. You can have a gondola that is clear or regular. This is currently their operating time, and the ticketing closes 30 minutes before the end. Wow. This is actually free to come up to because you can come up without buying a ticket. Check it out. That's where we were this morning, getting foot massages and walking around, just on the other side of the water. But we're on, and they gave us 2 lollipops. Don't know why.
Oh, we're about to set off now.
It's so funny that they're advertising Taiwan after we've been there. Frienditas! It's Jurassic Park over here. I don't know if these are animatronics or if they're completely stable. No, there's a spider web right there, so maybe not. This one moves though. Did something happen to its neck? And then there's random Frankensteins, I guess? The gondola ride itself was 10 minutes?
It's about 10 minutes, yeah, from getting onto the ride to then getting off. So taking a round trip actually is not bad at all.
We decided to take a round trip because it's very cheap to pay for the way back. Who doesn't love multiple rides in a gondola? This part of the trail is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
You just get off the gondola and you can walk down to the suspension bridge area. When we looked on Google Maps, we saw that there were multiple hiking spots, hiking trails. I don't know how serious of a hike those are, but we're not huge hikers.
No. So we'll let you know that there are hiking trails if you're interested.
Yeah. We have been cross-referencing Naver Maps and Google Maps the entire time we've been in Korea because sometimes something will show up on one and not the other. We know that Naver tends to be the more accurate one.
Unfortunately, we missed the opening hours for the suspension bridge. We really wanted to see it. It's basically a bridge that goes out onto a tiny part of the peninsula or islet even. There's a whole walk around that you can see out into the ocean, out over the city. It looked like it would have been a lot of fun.
So this was the closest view we could get of that. But it wasn't all for nothing because there were several kitty cats just hanging out.
It's 3 cats in a row. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
And so we kind of hung out, we stayed behind and just tried to get them to come hang out with us.
They were super adorable, very friendly, probably because they were used to people being in the area. They seemed to know each other too. I don't know if they got into fights or more they were just playful with each other. But they were so beautiful.
And we successfully got to pet some of them.
We do love seeing cats anywhere we go. That's something that excites us every time, no matter where we are in the world.
These are the hiking trails that we mentioned earlier. There are signs, so you can go to different parts of this peninsula. It's frienditas, playing hide and seek, or on the toilet. We have walked a lot now, upstairs, up hills. Even though there were things that were closed today, that is okay. We still got to see them somewhat, and really it's about the journey, isn't it?
Maybe the sights is the friends we made along the way.
Yes.
Still very beautiful up here.
It really is so impressive. From here you can see the buildings built into the sides of mountains. There are other parts of the city you can't see because they're on the other side of the mountains. It's really impressive.
And you can just see bridges and the skyline. So nice over here.
It reminds me a little bit of how the mountains separated Nara from Osaka when we were there. But here, it's just part of Busan separated from another part of Busan. If you're like us and you like gondola rides, check out our video where we took the Malcolm gondola in Taipei. It gave us such a beautiful view of Taipei. We loved it.
Because the weather was so perfect, we also had to see the Songdo cloud trails. They were basically a set of paths that were out over the water, all pedestrian walkways.
So even though we didn't get to see the suspension bridge, in a way we still got to kind of walk over paths to have a view of the city from the water.
It was so cool because it was really just built for people to walk on, explore, take pictures. It was very water themed, very peaceful, and you can see the cable cars, the gondolas up above. Super picturesque.
There is so much to do at Songdo Beach as we experienced because there's this gondola, there are these pathways over the water, and then of course there's Songdo Beach and every other retail place that's over there. So you could spend a lot of time here actually.
And if you're budget conscious, this is completely free. If you don't want to do the cable car, you can just come and explore the Bay Area.
We've noticed that Busan has a lot of these coastal walkways built in for people. We love that about this city.
I love it so much.
It feels so nice for the people to enjoy the water.
Yeah, it reminds us a lot of Chicago because Chicago is on Lake Michigan, and so a lot of the lakefront is public and open for people to just walk around and enjoy it. We're in an egg.
An egg facing the ocean.
Very symbolic. At Songdo Beach. This area, Songdo, honestly reminds me a lot of Okinawa. It's a really nice, familiar feeling. It's funny because Busan itself is pretty close to Kyushu and like somewhat Okinawa, but kind of that area, this region of the world is very, I don't know, homey, cozy to me.
There's also a waterfall back there, Songdo Waterfall. So we're gonna check that out too. It doesn't matter who you are. I think people yearn to be near water and to walk by water. People will always be drawn to it. This reminds us of Chicago also because you have these high-rise buildings next to the water. This is the end of our day. We had a lot of fun adventures going to the cultural villages and seeing new parts of Busan that we hadn't before. This city is amazing and we love it so much.
It's so beautiful because this city is pretty much on the ocean versus like Seoul, for example. It's a little bit more inland and it's more on the Han River. This is totally on the ocean. There's so many beaches, lots of mountains, enough pockets of different neighborhoods of the city where you definitely get city vibes and it meets the ocean. This is very much, I think, our vibe of place to be.
A really nice middle ground between nature and water and city amenities. And it's so nice seeing all the people out enjoying the beach, the waterfront.
There's so much culture to explore here in Busan. It is distinctly its own city here in South Korea. The cultural villages definitely give you a wonderful taste of what it's like to be here. And at the same time, there are many hidden gems here. And maybe not so hidden, but just there's so much to do here that really you need to go to Busan if you come to South Korea. Let our video be a nice inspiration or just a fun little introduction even to what it's like to be here in Busan.
If you like our vibe and the places we tend to go, we think you'll really like Busan.
And honestly, let us know if you know of other cities that probably we don't know about that have this kind of vibe of like nature meets cityscape meets ocean. I think that's our favorite trifecta of things to be around.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more videos.
And we will see you in the next video. Bye!